Hey guys, what's up? Packside Gaming here. We're going to cut to the chase. We're going to go beat Morgan Freeman's ass, alright? But the first thing we need to do is we actually need to change our race and ethnicity. So I played the game as a black character on the most difficult mastermind combat difficulty to obtain that achievement, alright? Which I'll obviously post a video for if you're interested. But what I need to do now, after the game was completed, I can change my race and my ethnicity at any point by visiting PC Principal here, alright? So I've already gotten that first achievement for Mastermind as a black character. Now I can go to PC Principal. He's at the microbrew. I can change my race and ethnicity. Next thing I'm going to do is, once I get back to Freeman Tacos, I'm going to change the combat difficulty to casual, okay? It's going to be next to impossible if you're not on casual. So the important thing to note in this regard is that you do not actually have to be on Mastermind. You can do this on casual. And then these are the characters I chose. So I chose Token, Kenny, Diabetes Kid here. So let me just pause it for a moment here, all right, and kind of explain this. The Diabetes Kid is immune to Charm, and that's going to be a big player in this battle, all right? Morgan Freeman essentially splits himself into two, or not into two, but he's one person and he gets 2 turns. One turn he often uses as a charm, and the other one he just blows everybody away, okay? So the difficulty I was running into is he kept charming me over and over again. The Diabetes Kid will remedy that. Token then has the ability to actually spawn a turret, so it gives a whole nother target, okay? And then Mysterion or Kenny, he actually can come back to life. So if he's dead, you can bring him back to life with his special. So those are very important key factors. This actually got me. I tried it with other characters. This is what actually got me the achievement, okay? Alright, so once you're actually in this battle, there are some key factors to winning this. The first one being, make sure you take full advantage of your fart time reverse thing, okay? So we want to reverse time. It basically skips his turn, alright? So that he doesn't do any damage, use that as frequently as possible, okay? Every time it comes around, make sure you're using that strategically. The other thing is make sure you're attacking him, all right? Don't spend too much time on health, but if you're going to, like I did here, make sure it's some sort of regenerative thing, all right? So I went ahead and I moved Diabetes Kid over here. I totally spaced on his name. Diabetes Kid, and I regenerated him, all right? But then I went ahead and I made sure that the attack that I used with Mysterion there was going to put Mysterion on the opposite side. That's another key factor. Make sure you keep your characters separated. All right, you don't want all of your characters in one row on one side, because if Morgan Freeman uses any of his attacks, it's going to demolish all of you. So for example here, because I moved Mysterion, he got 3 of my characters, but not Mysterion. I saved some health there. Okay, so that's very important. Make sure you're spacing everybody out. Okay, the other thing is just take a look at some of my powers here. With my character, New Kid, whatever, quote unquote New Kid, I made sure that all of the characters that I chose had some sort of power that didn't need to be right next to him to use, if that makes sense. So I could be a couple spaces away, I could be diagonally, you know, I can still hit him without being right next to him. If I'm right next to him, that means that, you know, potentially all of my characters need to be right next to him, which means that I'm low on spaces, right? Because the map only allows for so many different movements close to him, so I need some distance attacks. And on top of that, you need to make sure, like I mentioned, as you can tell here, I've separated my characters. The other thing is he spawns this little mini version of him with the freckles and everything, all right? This kid is actually an ally to you, all right? Not immediately, but you can charm this kid, and then he will fight for you. Eventually, you can kill him and knock him off, but you can actually use that kid and charm him. Unfortunately, Morgan Freeman is immune to all of those other things, so you won't be able to charm Morgan Freeman, but it will help counteract any sort of attacks that little kid might pose against you. You saw I used Token Special there. That came in handy for attacking. And the other nice thing about Diabetes Kid here is not only is he immune to charms, but he's actually very strong. So if you punch Morgan Freeman with any of his attacks, it's going to take away a lot of damage. Similar with Mysterion. For both of those guys, I use them as more power players than anything, just strictly for attacking. See, I didn't really mind Mysterion dying there because, see, he's a ghost, and I can use his special later on to bring him back to life, okay? So this kid punches me. The next thing I'm going to do with my new kid character is I'm going to actually charm him. So after I use this token attack, my health is actually pretty good for all of these guys. I'm making sure that I'm strategically using the health available to me. If you have to, make sure you purchase enough health items so that you can make it through this. Okay, the Supreme Taco actually gives you a lot of health back. So I have a lot of those, and I have a couple of revives as well. I'm just making sure that my inventory is stocked. Okay, so he does that. Diabetes Kid was far enough away to not get hit by that, so the only one who really took damage was Token. Okay, now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to charm this little kid, and that comes in handy later on. Eventually he dies, and I'm going to skip past that, but as you can see, I charm him, and he does do a little bit of damage to Morgan Freeman. Okay, so that's one of Morgan Freeman's specials. The last thing that he will do is, like I said, right here, he splits himself into two, or rather, he's one person with 2 turns. Okay, so I've just kind of whittled this down, all right? I've made sure I've stayed healthy, I've attacked him as much as possible, and I'm strategically placing my characters around the board, all right? So I use Token's turret there, and Morgan Freeman now has a decision to make. He can charm one of my guys, which didn't work because I used my reverse time fart, or he can try to hit my guys, right? But he's either going to have to hit Diabetes, or he's going to have to hit all 3 of the other ones. Now, he tried the charm on Diabetes Kid here, which, if it were anybody else, that would have been a huge problem for me. But Diabetes Kid is immune to that, so he comes in very handy. Very, very handy, okay? Now, I'm going to use my new kid's special attack, all right? Butthole, Buttlord, whatever they were calling him throughout the game. And this special actually gives everyone else health, all right? So I know this is a little bit difficult to explain, especially because there is such a variety when it comes to attacks and specials and classes and things for your new kid. But at the very least, choose these other 3 characters, all right? They will do a tremendous amount of damage. They will provide immunity for the charm. They will provide resurrection. They will provide turrets, right? So you need all of these things in combination. I'm not saying this is the only way you can obtain this achievement, but this was the easiest way I found. And I could probably do it again using these characters, maybe even on a more difficult level, but I'm not even going to bother trying to do that, okay? So you have to be very strategic, and I would definitely recommend using these characters. If anybody has any other sort of recommendations for characters, feel free to shout them out. Leave comments in the comment section below. Let me know if this helped you guys out, okay? So as you can see, his health is dwindling, all right? And mine is perfectly fine across the board. So he tries to charm Diabetes Kid again. I don't know why he keeps going after that guy, but I think I got lucky. Like, just because he's immune doesn't mean that he has to constantly go after him. Not only is Diabetes Kid immune to the charm, but Morgan Freeman seems to target him specifically. So that may be an advantage or just pure coincidence. I'm not real sure, but Captain Diabetes delivers the final blow here. Morgan Freeman is down. So, again, hopefully this helps you guys out, all right? Only 5.5% of people have actually unlocked this achievement since I unlocked it, right? So 30 gamer score for this. You have to be a white character. Let me know if any other combination of characters worked for you guys, but if that helps, definitely choose those characters. And make sure you subscribe to Paxad Gaming, all of that good stuff, like the video, everything like that, all right? Thanks for watching, guys. We will catch you next time.